Hello, Bookspace Besties. Welcome back to another episode of Bookspace Chatter. We've had a little bit of a hiatus due to some crazy weather and things, but I'm so happy to be back hosting weekly for you. This week's guest is incredibly talented contemporary romance author Rebecca Elder. Hi, Rebecca.
Hello. Thank you so much for having me.
Of course, thank you for wanting to join me. I'm absolutely honored.
I'm honored. What?
You're too sweet. For this episode, we want to talk about and discuss your recent release, Through the Storm, a rockstar romance. For
Yes.
our listeners, do you want to explain a little bit about what they can expect going in?
Yes. So, like she said, it is a rockstar romance. It's about the front man of an emo band that falls in love with the merch girl on their summer tour. I like to call it Warped Tour instead of romance book. It's definitely got those elder emo vibes. But a few things you can expect is a delicious slow burn with lots of yearning and tension and angst, all the vibes that we love. You're gonna have that forced proximity because they're literally on a tour bus together. You might have a little tour bus spice. I don't know. You have to find out.
Okay, that was like the perfect way to intrigue our audience, I feel like.
Yes, and I think above all, you can just expect to be in your feels because I am what I like to call the ultimate Pisces, where I am emotional, sentimental, empathetic, all of the things. So it basically just means I have a lot of big feelings, and I'm gonna make you feel all the big feelings too.
I love it. I love it so much.
I'm glad.
Yes, and I love any time that I get to talk about a rockstar romance. I just think the genre is so well loved. And I was at Tempted by Fiction earlier this year.
Oh,
And yeah, my friend Taylor got your book and she was like, you gotta go get that. I was like, oh my God, this sounds perfect. I was gonna go get a signed copy and never got to get in
I
line.
was like, did I talk to you? Because I talked to so many people I couldn't remember.
No, I wanted to talk to you so bad, but I was never able to get to your table.
Yeah, tempted that there were so many people and so many vendors there. I know it was hard to get to everybody, but
Yeah.
I appreciate her getting my book. I hope she liked it.
Yeah, she was
Awesome.
very much like geeking out in the best way, which totally convinced me because I hadn't even seen your book and I was like, this sounds perfect. The cover is gorgeous. Yes, I got to get it. But yeah, I love
You could.
all things
Oh,
romance, and I would
yes.
love to know what inspired you to want to write a rock star romance. Like, do you love music? Do you play music? Or is it just the vibes?
Girl. Music is my favorite thing that's ever existed and ever will exist.
Same.
Truly, it is my greatest joy. It's my greatest escape. It's my greatest inspiration. And secretly, if I can let you know a tiny secret, I secretly want to be a rock star, but I don't have that talent. I can't sing, can't dance. The only instrument that I play is the violin, classically.
Oh,
And I haven't
wow.
played it in many years. So I just don't have that talent to be, yeah, I don't have that talent to be a rock star. And I want to be the front man, like the front woman. So like I
Yeah.
want to be the actual rock star. So I have to write about it like a backup singer. I can't do any of it, right?
Oh my gosh.
Okay, so yeah, music is my favorite thing, and it inspires me in everything in life. But I have a particular love for the emo, pop punk, screamy music, metal genre.
Yeah.
And I'll talk about that in a second. But my specific inspiration for Through the Storm, funny enough, came to me while I was at a concert, and I, for the life of me, could not tell you what the band was because I go to so many. It was definitely an emo band, but I cannot remember the specific one. But I was standing in the, yeah, it's bad. My memory is terrible. But I was standing in the middle of this crowd, listening to my amazing screamy music, and I was standing there like, you know what I've never seen before? A rock star romance about an emo band. It's always like country or general rock or whatever.
Pop.
And
Yeah.
the insane person that I am, instead of going, well, maybe I should go find one, I was like, I guess I have to write it. I guess that's my purpose now.
Oh my gosh. That's like the best origin story.
Yes, I really wish I could remember the band. I think it might have been Anne Berlin, but I just
Okay.
can't remember because I go to so many concerts and they all run together. Um, but so I got the idea there, and I came up with a very small concept while I was there. I can't tell you that concept because it's a spoiler.
Yes.
So once you read it, you can come back to me and I'll tell you. But it was a very tiny concept that I came up with and just kind of started building from there. But going back to like the emo thing, I have such a love for it because um, I found this music when I needed it the most. I feel like when I was like 12, 13, 14, I was
Yeah.
getting bullied in middle school and really trying to find my place in the world. I felt very lost, and it gave me a place to belong, to feel seen, to feel less alone, to feel like I could be messy and silly, and like, that there were other people that felt the way that I felt, that I wasn't alone. And I think that that's such a beautiful thing, and that's a lot of the feeling and the themes behind Through the Storm in general, is that feeling of belonging, that music is healing and that music brings people together in a way that nothing else does. And sometimes the music scene is the only place where people know, or have a place to belong. So that's definitely the overall inspiration.
I literally love that so much, and I think that is why I connected with the story because I read it, and I'm not even joking when I say this. It's one of my favorite books of the year.
No, it's not.
Yeah,
Stop.
yes, it very much is. Okay,
When
like
people tell me that, I'm like, I don't believe you. I have
believe it.
I have major imposter syndrome, you will see.
Hey, I
Um,
I have that too as a podcaster and like
yeah,
bookstagrammer, but
for sure.
and I love this so much, and I think that's why I connected with it because you could tell that you love music like through that and like you enjoyed what you were writing. Because I have been playing music since I think I was 12 when I fully learned piano, and I play like 5 or 7 instruments.
Oh, jealous.
Oh, you're too kind.
No,
But
that's amazing.
I'm not like fantastic on everything, but I can play. So music has always been like a huge part of me. I always have it playing in the background
Hmm.
during my day to day. Like, so getting to read that in a romance makes my heart so happy. And like I said, this was one of my favorites, hands down.
Oh, thank you. Well, first off, thank you first off, but second off, if you need more recommendations, I have more for you because I read
Oh,
a lot of
yes.
rockstar romances.
Yes, please hit me up in the
Um,
DMs after this.
yes. But yeah, it's and I have specific bands obviously that inspire me the most.
Mhm.
And one of them in particular is Linkin Park. They were
Yes.
my gateway into the genre. Thank you to my brother. He's the one that showed me them at first. And just their sound, Chester Bennington is, he's the best vocal. He's my favorite vocalist of all time, RIP.
Yeah.
Nobody did it like Chester did. Nobody screamed like him. And I think it's very sad, but it's also beautiful that he was able to save so many people with his music.
Right.
He just couldn't save himself. And that's also part of kind of the vibes of my stories of like um of that feeling like, it's sad, but music healing for so many people. And sometimes unfortunately you can do it for others. So
Exactly. And I think that is another thing that makes music so special when you get to incorporate those things because I think it has to be like so therapeutic to be able to use things that mean something to you in your stories and weave them in where it's just like you get to
right.
really, really connect with what story you're telling.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and mentioning Linkin Park, I think them and Paramore will always be like nostalgic. Like
Oh,
just
love
yeah.
Paramore too. I have some Paramore. I think there's some on this playlist. There's some on the next playlist too. So love
Awesome.
them.
I love it. Yeah, they are just iconic.
Haley Williams, I have the biggest crush on her.
She's awesome. I first discovered Paramore. I was kind of late to the game because their song was featured in Twilight.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
Twilight brings everybody together.
Doesn't it?
It really does.
In your own words, what do you think sets the story apart from others within the rock star genre? Like, I know that, like you said, there's not a whole lot of like emo band type romances. So I think
Right.
that's definitely one thing. But like, what do you see when you think about it?
One thing that I think is really cool about Through the Storm is that while it's in the perspective of Ramona solely, our FMC, it's really more about Elias. It's really more about Elias, the front man, Elias Horn. He's the front man of Atlas of City emo band. And I just fell in love with the idea of telling his story music. So you really get to learn about him through Ramona's perspective and through his music because he is the kind of person that can't talk about his trauma. He doesn't know how to talk about his trauma. He doesn't know how to deal with it. He literally script stage. And that is also such a vibe within the genre that I think a lot of artists do is that they don't know any other way to cope. This is their therapy, is the music, writing songs and performing. And that's truly how Elias copes. And there's a quote, you may remember it, it's about halfway through, when he's talking about that, when he says like writing, performing, it's the only way I know how to survive. It's my therapy, and I don't know if I'd be here without it. And that was a very vulnerable moment between him and Ramon, and him kind of opening up more. And so I think that's one thing that's cool about it, that you get to learn about Elias very slowly through his lyrics and through Ramona's eyes. And that's, I think, kind of unique in the genre from what I've seen. So
I could not agree more with those answers, and I love that you mentioned that quote because I read it on Kindle because I didn't have the physical copy, and so when I tell you I was like annotating my butt off,
I
I'm
would
not
love to
even
see all of
joking.
them because I'm a big
Yeah.
annotator. So it's like crazy that people annotate my book.
Oh my gosh, yes, I am a just obsessed with like all the sticky notes, the tabs, highlighters, and so like anytime that I read a story, I
Same,
always color code my pins, my tabs, everything to like match
same.
the cover. I think
Did
we're
we
the
just become
same
best
person.
friends? I do the
Yeah,
same thing.
I think we did.
I love it. Oh my God.
Oh my gosh. And speaking of the cover, what was the inspiration behind that? Because I know it like you can see, the microphone and everything on it. I think it is one of my favorites. It's stunning. But like, how did you decide on what you wanted to like best represent Ramona and Elias?
So I need a little backstory context. So have you seen my first book, my debut? So I'm going to show
Uh-huh.
you. So this is the cover for it. It's totally unrelated to Through the Storm, but so
Wow.
it's like little hands on a table. They're like at dinner, and so when I wrote this book and I was working on the cover, I knew one thing for sure, and this is not me talking shit about this. This is just my own opinion.
Lay it on me.
I I didn't want like the guy girl on the cover like a kid.
Yeah.
Um, but my editor, when I was talking to her, she's like, I understand that, but she's like, if you're in the romance genre, you do have to have sort of kind of a specific look to let people know that it is romance if you want to sell.
Hmm.
So she's like, you still have to make sure that people know that. So as a marketing person, I was like, I understand. So I went to my cover artist. Her name's Rachel Sierra. She's a painter. She is phenomenal. And I kind of told her this concept and gave her some scenes to read. And she's the one that came up with the concept for my first book, Heartbeats. And she knocked it out of the park because it's very romantic and very artistic, and that's exactly what I wanted. But you can still tell that it's romance.
Right.
So with with Through the Storm, I wanted a similar vibe because I want my books to look good together, um, even if they don't, technically go together. See, like they match up the colors, the the
Yeah, like
spines. So I wanted them
wow.
to Yeah. So I wanted them to look good together,
Yeah.
even if they weren't in the same like series or whatever. So I was, when I was doing Through the Storm, I was like, I want that kind of same vibe of like hands or like some kind of intimate gesture where you can't see the full bodies, but
Yes.
I want you to be able to tell that it's a rockstar romance. I was like, they got to be on stage or something. And actually, my friend Taylor, her husband Jordan, who's actually in a band,
Oh,
Crooked Souls. It's a local Nashville band.
oh wow.
Shout out to Jordan. I owe him some royalties for this. He's the one that gave me the idea for that specific scene
Hmm.
of him like reaching from the stage. And I was like, that is perfect, actually. So he gave me that idea and I sent it to my cover artist. But the rest of the cover it's all by design. In the corner, you have a lyric that says, every shadow only proves the sun remains, which
Yes.
is definitely a vibe through the story. And you get it. You get it.
Yeah.
I can't tell too much more about it, but and then you have the cotton candy sky that kind of gets dark up towards the front and it lightens the end. And that was all as well. But it's Cotton Candy Skies is also a part of the story. And fun fact, it was almost titled Cotton Candy Skies. I changed it to Through the Storm, but
Oh
um,
wow.
so yeah,
All the tea on this episode.
I'm all about tea.
I think, not saying that you could never like do people on the cover or change up your style, but I feel like, especially like with those two, I feel like you would look at them books and know, okay, that's a Rebecca book because when like certain authors
Hmm.
get almost like a certain identity to like their cover art, and you can almost
Right.
tell like when I see a cover reveal, sometimes I'll know what author the book is for before I even read the name. So I love that kind of uniqueness to that.
Yeah. And again, I'm a career marketer. That's what my full-time job. I have that kind of brain, and that's definitely part of it. Is like I want it to be striking. Like I'll look at it and go, oh, that's really pretty, because I'm a pretty book buyer. I will sometimes buy a book just because it's pretty,
Yeah.
and I want them good together, and I want, to have that vibe that they know it's me. So it's always going to have that same kind of general-ish. Everything's always going to line up. All the books are going to be the same size because I
Yeah.
hate it when authors do that.
Oh my
When they
gosh,
put their
no.
book, it's so annoying. I have one on my shelf down here. You probably can't see it, but it's like these hockey ones. There's one that's like a little bit shorter, and I'm like, bothers
Oh,
me so
no.
much. So
Wait.
that's definitely part of it. But yeah, so like another thing I hate is when you have like all paperbacks and then you have a hardback or
Yes.
opposite. It's like just do them all the same. I don't care either way. I just want them to all be the same.
It
You'll never
gets
get
on
that from me.
yeah, it gets on my nerves. Like if there's a hardback in between like paperbacks, I'm like, no, they have to be on the end and it has to
Mhm.
like just go from there because I can't do
Yes.
it.
So if I ever do a hardback, it will be a special edition. It won't be like, it won't be the only one. So,
Right.
and it's a plan I have one day, hopefully.
Yeah. Wow. I that sounds very intriguing to me. Just gonna say I love pretty books and
Same.
like you, I also work in marketing. I think we are best
Fun
friends.
for the same person.
So
I love it.
yeah, so I love all that and can't wait to see what you possibly dream up in the future because I know it's gonna
Uh,
be great.
I'm working on it.
Well, what's one of your favorite things about each of our main characters that you think really says about who they are to you?
Well, Ramona, our FMC, Ramona Hendricks, she is, what a lot of writers do. She has a lot of me in her. So, writing her story was extremely cathartic
Hmm.
because she is going through a journey of, she starts out being a chronic people pleaser, which is
Yes,
what I used to be, into being what I call a recovering people pleaser, which is what I am now.
we
And,
love it.
yep, she's the kind of person that she loves to help. It makes her happy to help people. She gets, joy from that, but that also makes it very easy to take advantage of her. And there are people in her life that, should have her back that have taken advantage of her. And that's one thing that's kind of hard to navigate or sometimes hard to even identify when you think that someone has your back and they don't. So you kind of make excuses for them and, oh, well, that's not really what it is. But then you kind of learn that, yeah, maybe they don't really have my best,
Interest at
um,
heart.
yes, exactly. So she's going through that journey, and it's cool to see her kind of start to learn how to set boundaries and learn how to identify, when she's being taken advantage of. And that's something that Elias helps her with. Um, and then Elias, he is Elias Hawthorne. He is one very sexy. You can probably see him behind me. This is my full-size version of him.
I'm in love with that.
Isn't that amazing? I say good morning to him every day when I walk in here.
Oh,
I'm like, good morning,
okay.
Elias.
That is perfect.
I have a Ramona one too that I haven't gotten her yet, but I'm gonna get a full size of her too. But anyways, so Elias is a deeply tortured soul.
Hmm.
He is someone that has been through things that most people don't survive, and he deals with that stuff every day. When you first meet him, you might just think he's a broody asshole rock star that doesn't care about anything. uh he kind of even keeps his bandmates, he even keeps his bandmates and his friends at a distance, so you kind of see him and like, oh, he's just like very standoffish and whatever, and he seems to be one way, but then you start to learn very slowly that he's actually extremely thoughtful and attentive and loyal and actually just a big old teddy bear on the inside. And he's extremely protective of the people that he loves because he never felt safe as a child. So he's going to make sure the people that he loves is always going to stay safe, even at the detriment of him. Like he will protect his people at all costs. So I think that that's um, a really cool thing about him is that like you don't mess with his people.
I love that so much, and I don't think you could have summed up these characters any better because for Ramona, I love that, like you said, we get to see a little bit of her coming through the other side of, realizing that you need to put yourself first and you need to really understand what exactly the people in your life are doing. And then it's like for him,
Mhm.
I literally highlighted a quote. I don't remember how it goes exactly, but it's like, I feel like underneath all that black on black, you're a giant teddy bear or something like that. So when you mentioned that's
It's
great.
that's literally it's something like that. Like, yeah, under all that black on black, you're just there, and he's like, "Don't ruin my image."
Yeah. Perfection.
That's one of my faves.
Yeah. I definitely think that like very much summed them up. And I think they feel really real because of all that. Like they feel super real. They are easy to connect to because I was immediately invested in them, their
Oh,
story,
thank you.
their lives. Like I wanted to know what happened. I wanted to turn the pages. And like I said, having a connection with music and then romance books, like books and music, my two loves. So
Same
it's
favorite
harmony.
things. That's why I had to do it.
Yes. And thank you for doing
Uh,
it.
well, thank you for reading it and loving it.
Oh my gosh, yes. I'm going to be yapping about this forever, I feel like.
Yeah, so things like this is what makes all of the late nights, all of the imposter syndrome worth it when people connect to it in this way. Because
Yes.
I try very hard to, one, build great stories, but I try really hard to build authentic characters and characters that feel like kind of messy and not perfect. And, that's not the kind of characters that I like to read. I like complex characters. I want to, maybe think one thing and then I'm slowly showing you, what they're actually about. And I love that people have been able to connect to people. I've gotten a lot of sentiments that people have connected to Ramona specifically because of that, because of the
Yeah.
people pleasing and having, that friend that she has in the beginning that is not really a friend and is a secret hater. And I think we've all kind of had that person in our life that kind of steals our sunshine a little bit and kind
Exactly.
of does not have our best interests at heart. So in learning to let go of those relationships, even if it's hard, learn how to say no.
I could not agree more. And I love that you're getting to see readers all over connect with her and her story. And, it may shed a little light on their own situations. So,
Yes, it's truly the best. It makes all of it worth it. It's obviously like I want to be successful as an author, but like
mm.
the success in itself is literally people connecting to the story and feeling like that. Like that's the only success that I actually chase for real.
Well, thank you for doing that, for wanting to write these stories for us, for releasing your debut and Through the Storm. I'm sure like both was maybe
You're
sort of
welcome.
two different experiences writing the stories. Um, what kind of tropes did you
For sure.
write in those? And is there one that you haven't yet that you would like to tackle that, you haven't done yet? Or is there something that you're looking forward to writing in the future, possibly?
First off, everything I write is sentimental because I am the most sentimental person.
Yeah.
But one thing you're always going to get in my books, it's in both of them, is a slow burn.
I
It's
love a
my
slow
favorite
burn.
because my favorite part about romance, what makes it so great, is that foundation, is the building, the tension, the yearning, the
Yes.
banter, is that setting that foundation to set up where you get the payoff. Because if you don't have all that, the payoff is just kind of like, like I don't believe it. Like I need you to prove to me why these characters care about each other, why they're in love. Because I hate when I go through a story and it's like I don't believe it. Like I don't understand why they are together.
Mhm.
And I try really hard to use that slow burn in that way to like make all these little moments and through the storm specifically, you have all those tiny little like looks across the room and the touching of the elbows and the those little like intimacy things that happen. And I feel like it kind of had to be that way with that one because Elias, he is very traumatized and he is not very comfortable with physical contact with people that he doesn't know. He's got serious trust issues for obvious reasons
Mhm.
that and and being a rock star also people kind of look at you as a commodity. They don't look at you as a real person. So
Right.
he's very untrustworthy of people in general. So it kind of had to be that way to kind of and she recognized that immediately that he was very standoffish, but she's like, I want to get to know him in on his timeline, on the way that he feels comfortable, and that's how he was able to open up and able to feel safe with her. And that's just such a beautiful, and I cried so much writing those parts of him opening up to her and feeling safe. So
I love that so much because I am a huge crier. Like, I have sobbed through pages, I have dripped tears onto the pages. Like, when I connect to a story, we are the same person.
I think we might be.
I think we are. It's crazy. And I love that,
It's
you
actually
want
wild,
to write
yeah.
these kinds of stories for us. And I know it's going to be hard, and I know we're trying not to spoil anything either, but do you have a favorite scene, whether it be an emotional one or a sweet one that you would like to share with readers?
My favorite scenes I don't think I can share because they are spoilers, but I
Completely
have I,
understandable.
I can I found I can find one to share that isn't a spoiler. One of my favorite quotes is this is Elias talking to Ramona. You made me believe in a kind of happiness that I never knew could be real for me, and you made me feel worthy. I'm gonna cry.
Yeah.
You you showed me I was never too broken to be whole, and that's just such a beautiful thing because again, Elias just he truly does not believe that he deserves happiness because of what he's been through and what he's done because he actually has done some shitty things in his life
Yeah.
back years past, and that haunt him every day because he only wants to protect and do nice things for the people that he does care about, which is not very many people.
Right.
But him finally saying, I feel worthy of the love that I've never known that I could even have. And that's one of my favorite quotes from him. but I could tell you a million. Like there's I think you probably know the one that I want to say, but I can't because it's like a huge spoiler. But
Yeah, it's like right there. If
hmm
the listeners here go and read your book, I'm sure they can figure it out too.
yeah.
I love that though, and it really does punch me in the heart. Like I said, I have loved going through the quotes. There's just so many that are just, heart-tugging and real, and I'm just obsessed with each and every one. So hats off to you for that.
Do you have a favorite quote that is
Oh,
not a spoiler?
well, mm, can't say that.
Yeah, no, it's hard. All
It
the
is
ones I want to
hard.
say are spoilers.
Yeah. Well, one of the ones was the funny one that I said earlier. And yeah, I'll have to hit you in the DMs with some of the
Okay.
ones I've highlighted.
Yeah, I would love to see all of your annotations.
Oh, of course. I think it just makes reading so like immersive when you're like all
It's
in. So,
it's the best.
and I know that speaking of immersive, you have playlists sort of assigned to this book. What was it like choosing the songs for it? Was it like what you listened to while you were writing, or did you have to like write in silence and just know what you wanted to include, or?
So, one thing about Rebecca Elder is she will take any opportunity to make a playlist.
Yes,
Um, I make a playlist for everything.
I do
I
too.
music truly soundtracks everything in my life. So, I will take any opportunity. All of my books will always have playlist, and typically the playlist gets built before the book, or at least partially. Um, yeah, I have playlists for books that I haven't written one word to that
Oh
are
my
already
God,
like building.
that's
It's crazy.
amazing.
It's actually kind of insane. Um,
Reverse,
but
but I love it.
yeah, so Through the Storm does have a playlist. It's a really good one if I do say so myself. I have been
Hmm.
told you can actually listen to it on Spotify. All of my playlists will always be on Spotify as well, so you can actually listen. But one thing that I do that helps me find music or to build the playlist is, are you a Spotify listener?
Girl, every single day. I've been premium,
Okay,
like a subscriber for 5 years. So,
same, same.
yep.
I just don't know because some people. So I love doing the radios and the day lists. So I'll pick a song that I'm like kind of vibing with, and I'll make a radio. And if for people that don't know that, you pick a song and it makes a radio for you based on that song or that artist, and it gives you just similar things.
Hmm.
So I do that. So that's how I find new artists, and I'm a big lyrics girly, so I will listen to the lyrics, and they will give me inspiration, and then I'll also do the list. So Spotify also gives you a day list every day, which is always just random, and I
Yeah.
always think the names are funny. Mine today is Edgy Black Eyeliner Tuesday Evening.
Oh my gosh,
And
that's
it's Pierce the
amazing.
Veil, My Chemical Romance, yeah, Falling in Reverse, Panic at the Disco, Fall Out Boy, Set It Off, like all the amazing bands.
Oh, all the
Um,
great ones.
yeah, so I use that a lot too because it will give me new stuff to listen to. I mean, I listen to a lot of the same stuff, of course. So I usually will start writing and I'll start building songs that I already know that I'm like, oh, this kind of vibes with this. But then most of the time it happens while I'm writing because I'm always listening to music. So I'm like, ooh, this song, even if I already knew the song, I might not have thought of it. I'm like,
Right.
ooh, this song vibes really well with this. And I can give you a very specific example actually from Through the Storm. Um, I discovered a band right when I first started writing Through the Storm, and I was still very much developing the story and the characters, specifically Elias. And I discovered the band Melrose Avenue. I don't know if you're familiar with them.
I don't I don't think I've heard of them.
Okay, so they are, yeah, well, you will have to check them out. They're amazing. They are an Australian band, and I don't actually I do remember how I discovered them. It's actually really funny. So the lead singer, his name is Vlado Sarek. He sounds like a vampire.
Kind of.
But you may have seen him before actually. He's pretty like I wouldn't say like TikTok famous, but like I found his TikToks. He makes like silly TikToks or whatever. Cat. And he looks like Elias. I actually based Elias on his appearance, sort of. So
Oh,
he's
I'm
very
gonna
like
be.
tatted up, just like super hot, really. But he's also like you will get stuck. But he's also like very golden retriever energy, which is funny because he
Mhm.
actually acts more like Cody. So I always joke that he's Cody wearing Elias's skin, basically. So yeah, you will love him. But so I found him on TikTok. I just like came across a video and then I was like, oh, he's in a band. So I started listening and I found a song. The first song I heard from them was called Through Hell. And immediately I was like, oh my gosh, this is the kind of character that I'm trying to write. This is exactly what I'm picturing. And the sound of the band was very much, the sound of Atlas Obsidian too. But the song, there's a lyric in particular that I heard that was like, it just resonated so hard. It's I don't think happiness is meant for me. And that's Elias. That's exactly how he feels. That's exactly how he feels about, what he's worth. And then the rest of the song is basically just about like I've been through hell. I'm surviving every day basically, and that's definitely Elias. It takes a lot for him to survive day to day. So that's the first song on the playlist. It opens it, and I was like, this is going to be number one.
Yes.
And it provided so much inspiration for the story and Elias and the band and the looks and all the stuff. So I attribute a lot to Miller's Avenue. And I actually got to meet them. I don't know if you've seen that video. I got to meet them when they were in Nashville and gave them a book, and I got to tell them that they inspired me, and it was really, really cool. And they were very gracious and nice about it, and were actually just as excited. They were like, "What? We're in a book?" And I was like, "Yeah, you really helped inspire me." So I'll have to do that video. It's pretty cool.
Please do. That's like amazing. Oh my gosh. And Nashville's like right next door to me, so I can't believe all this is happening. Wow. You met like the muses
Right.
behind your story somewhat.
I mean, yeah, like I have a video. I don't know if I ever posted it, but basically, because I got to they did like a meet and greet and they were on stage. So I told them this while they were on stage, and later I got to take a picture and like actually talk to them face to face. And there's a video of me hugging them, and I was like, I literally got to hug my characters in real life. That's how it felt, seriously, like that I was hugging Cody and Elias. And it was just so cool. Like they were just the sweetest, and they're just the most talented. Like I hype them up any chance I get. They do not
Oh.
get enough love. I think they're one of the coolest bands. So
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to check that out now. Just
yeah,
like,
it's on my TikTok and my Instagram. It kind of went viral when it first came out. So like you'll see it on my TikTok and my Instagram. It's one of my pinned posts. So
oh, amazing. Wow, we have a viral author among us. You're already TikTok
that
famous.
shit was crazy. Not really, but
It's
nothing
funny.
else has gone viral. So
Well, that's like the few viral videos I've had has been like when I met the Twilight cast and Taylor Swift stuff because I'm a big Swiftie. So
that is one genre of music that I am not a Swiftie. I'm not against her. I'm just
no,
in the I'm not in the fan club.
hey, that it's not
But
for
I
everyone.
support it. I love that you love it.
Yeah, why thank you. Yeah, everybody has
No,
different
I
music.
no, I totally get it. It's not something. Yep.
Yeah. Well, I love getting to hear all this. I love getting to know like what it was like for you and the whole process, and I hope our listeners have been enjoying it. Before we wrap up, I always like to ask the authors, what three words would you use to describe your book Through the Storm? I know
This
that's
is really
hard, but
hard as a writer
you're
to
welcome.
ask us to only three words.
I
I mean, I
try.
think the first one is immersive.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I really try to immerse you in everything, in the setting, in the scenes, in the emotions. I like to call my writing emotionally immersive because it's designed to make you laugh, cry, and kick your feet.
Mhm.
I want you to feel everything. Like I just want you to feel in general because that's what reading is all about. In my opinion, that's why I love it. So immersive is definitely the first word, especially with Through the Storm. I want you to feel immersed in the music, in the scene. Like I want you to feel like you're at the concert, that you're on the tour bus with the band that you're hanging out with. Cody, Elias, Jasper, and Grady, and Sasha and Ramona, like that you're just hanging out with the crew. So immersive is definitely a good word. And then I would say probably number two is angsty
Mhm.
because you definitely have that like emo vibes. You got the angsty, sad, emotionally devastating moments as well. That we all love. I'm clearly an emo girly, so I love all the angsty. And then three, I would say maybe like transformative,
Yes.
transformation, because I feel like you definitely see a big transformation between separately and together from Ramona's journey and Elias's journey and their journey of finding love together and finding, solace and safety in each other. So I think by the end, they have definitely transformed from where they were at the beginning. So
So I think those three words were the perfect way to sum up the story. I know it's hard because, I ask authors and, they use a lot of words naturally in their books. So I feel like I always give them a hard challenge to pick only three to describe their title. So thank you for doing that.
of course, I did my best.
Yes, and you did very well. I know
Thank you.
we're gonna wrap up for today in a minute, but I also wanted to know who is your favorite side character and why?
There's only one answer to this question, and
Exactly.
that is Cody. Motherfucking Carmen. Sorry if I can't cuss.
You can.
You can cut it out if you need to. Cody, and I'm not going to say his actual middle name because I'm going to reveal his actual middle name in his book, and it's going to be a fun time. No, but Cody's the love of my life. Seriously, he is my favorite person that doesn't exist. And he is my little sunshine emo boy. And he's the one that's always coming in the scene that's going to break the tension. He's going to tell a joke because there's a lot of heavy stuff in Through the Storm and there's a lot of heavy moments and he's always going to come in to make somebody laugh or to like to break that tension. And there's one scene in particular where something serious is happening and he makes a joke and everyone's looking at him like, what the hell, dude? And he's like, it physically hurts me to be serious for too long. You know this. And it's true. Like people can probably identify that it is a coping mechanism. He, in Through the Storm seems like a character that lacks depth and is, just a silly asshole that is telling dick jokes or whatever it is. But
Yeah.
he actually is very emotional, has so much depth. And you will see that in the book that I'm working on now, which is his book. And it's going to be partially in his POV. So you're going to get to see inside Cody's brain, which is
Oh,
a really fun and really sad place to be.
oh.
Yes.
All the emotions.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'm gonna go back to Lincoln Park again, Chester Bennington. There's an interview of him where he's talking about how he feels about himself and about in his mind, and he basically says like, "This is a bad place for me. This is a bad neighborhood for me to live in. It's not a happy place in here." And that's Cody. He does anything and everything to disassociate from his mind. That's why he's constantly talking. That's why he's constantly trying to make people laugh. That's why he reads books. He always wants an escape because he has a terrible, his mind is not a great place for him. And you're going to learn more about that and why that is in his book. And I think that that makes him a very relatable character because a lot of
Yeah,
people use humor as armor as a coping mechanism, and
exactly.
he doesn't know. It's kind of like similar to Elias, where like he doesn't know how to be serious because he thinks that it's gonna consume him, that the things that he's been through is gonna swallow him whole because he's actually been through just as many traumatic things as Elias. He just hides it better. So
Right.
you're gonna learn a lot more about Cody. It's gonna be fun along the way. And his girl is a new character, so you haven't seen her yet, but she's gonna be very opposite of him, kind of like Elias, very very serious, and they're gonna kind of help each other to, she's gonna help him to learn to it's okay to be serious, it's okay to deal with the things you've been through, and he's
Yeah.
gonna help her to like maybe loosen up a little bit and have a little bit more fun and know that it's okay to be silly and gonna be very much two very misunderstood people that are learning to understand each other and have their journey together as well as, heal from what they've been through. So it's going to be fun. It's going to be really sad though.
Oh my gosh. You know what? I've come to realize that's just like a trait about myself. If I cry, I'm gonna love a book 10 times more. I don't know why. Like if I'm
Same.
emotional, it just
It's
hits me even more than normal. So,
it's
yeah.
it's all I want. I always say like if a book doesn't devastate my soul, I don't want it.
Yeah.
Like
It's a whole mood, really.
I want it to eviscerate me. Yes, I want it to
Yeah.
eviscerate my entire being. And I have the perfect recommendation for you if you want
Oh gosh,
for
yes.
another one other
Yes.
than Through the Storm.
Yes. Another one. Yes.
Yeah.
Please send them all my way. I love that you said Cody. I knew that was going to be your answer for this question. So I was like, I'm pretty sure that's going to be what she says, but I'm so
hmm
happy that we got to discuss it and
I
I'm
I,
counting down
I
the
could talk about
days.
Cody all day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm counting down the
And
days
I
for
can
his
give you a
book.
little more context and same. I'm trying. Uh, yeah, a little more context into him too is, my first book, most of the characters in my debut Heartbeats are based on real people. Like all the friends are based on my friend, all the friend characters are based on my real friends. The
Oh,
MMC is based on my husband, which is just really fun. So
yeah.
Through the Storm's a little different. Like most of the characters are not actually based on a certain person. The only two characters that are based on real people is Ashton and Danya. It's based on my brother and his wife, and
Oh.
they're pretty much unchanged. Um, but the rest of my characters just full, and where Cody bursted out of my heart when I first started writing Through the Storm. I was like, where did he come from? He's not like anybody that I've ever met, really. He's not, based on anybody in particular. And then I started to think about it a little more, and I was like, you know what? I think that Cody is the sunshine that I loved when I was in my people pleasing era.
Oh
because
my
I was
gosh.
in, a toxic friendship that stole my sunshine for many years, and it took
Yeah.
me a while to get back to the person that I was proud of and wanted to be. And I think that Cody's my sunshine. I think that he's my sunshine coming back and being like, I'm here and I'm not leaving, and I'm just like the main character always.
Oh, I love that. Oh my gosh, I love it so much. And I think we've all been there, like whether it was, growing up, whether it was figuring out life as an adult. I think everybody has been there before, and everybody needs to find a little sunshine. So I'm glad that Cody was that for you,
Yep.
and I think he will make a
It's
lot
the
of
best.
people enjoy the story
I
even
hope
more,
so.
like in his
Everybody,
story.
yeah, right. Everybody tells me that he's their favorite character, and I'm like, there's no other person to be. He's truly just the best, and you're gonna see even more of him, and he's gonna make you laugh, but he's also gonna make you feel really sad for him because he's a very sad boy. He just likes to hide it, he just hides it better.
Yeah,
Uh, but they're gonna have a really cool dynamic. Like I said, they're both very misunderstood in different ways, and I think it's gonna be a very beautiful story to tell to hopefully authentic characters that people can see themselves in and feel seen. And that's always my goal above all is to tell stories that feel authentic, have characters that feel real and feel that you can connect to them and feel like you can relate to them. And so hopefully I can do it again with his book. It's happening slowly. I can't give you any kind of release date or anything, but it's coming.
don't worry, I'll be stalking your socials, so I'll know.
Please do. And all the band members will get a story as well. So I plan for at least every band member to get a story. Jasper and Sasha will probably be last because there's going to have to be past present because they're
Mhm.
already together. So you're going to get to see them as children. They're going to be childhood friends, sweethearts. So I think I'm going to do a triple timeline for that one. So like when they're kids and then like in the middle somewhere and then the present. So
Ooh,
I've written a little bit for that, not much, but and then Grady will get a story as well. His might be a novella. I don't know. I don't know yet. I feel like I'm still figuring Grady out. So which actually a fun fact about Grady, he is based on a real person. The character itself is not really based on him,
mhm.
but I used his name because he is one of the only people that I know that's actually in a band in real life. And I used to work with him randomly at my old job, and he is the coolest person. His band is called Campanula, and they played my release party, which was really fun. But he is one of the coolest people on earth. He's just like this little uh he's like a hippie, but he's like from Pennsylvania. Like he's just so cool. So it's like whenever I started writing, I was like, can I use your name because you're really cool and you're in a band and like and he's like, yeah, I'm so honored. Like he loves it. So I will whenever I write Grady's story, I'm probably going to get him to tell him like war stories to like, get some inspiration for him, but it's going to be fun.
Oh my gosh, yes. Please, like, do all the things. I'm so excited. I was always hoping, like, reading the book that it would be like that, where you get to see the stories of
Right.
all the band members and everything. Because I
Yeah.
think that's why I love stories that like continue, and you can almost tell whose story will be next on the horizon. And so I'm very excited.
That's
Not.
awesome. Oh, actually another funny anecdote. I have a funny anecdote about Grady actually. So I said that they played my release party, which was so much fun.
Hmm.
And when he was seeing his band about, because I was really just in contact with him about it, about the party. So I wasn't really talking with the rest of the band. So he was kind of relaying everything. And he said that they were like all so excited about it. And he said, what did he say? So this is the way he talks. He said they were fiddle fired up is the exact phrase that he used about how excited they were, which was just hilarious. But he said that whenever they were referring to the show, because they didn't really like know what it was about, like they didn't know the book. A lot of people think romance is just smut.
Yeah,
So
needs
they
to
were
be
calling
that.
it the Grady Smut Show. And I thought it was so funny. So like at when they started performing, I was like, Grady Smut Show, let's go.
Oh my gosh, to have been
So I
there
told
for
him
that.
that will be written into his book somehow. I don't know how, but
You'll find a way.
yeah,
You'll
it
find
was a
the
good
perfect
time.
way.
So yeah, yeah, I will definitely find a way. I will find a way. I've actually already in Cody's book, I did a Campanula cameo, like basically where their band is playing at a speakeasy that Atlas Obsidian's at. So like just to give like a little nod to his actual band. Um, so yeah, it's been cool. I don't know a lot about Grady's story yet. Again, I'm
Mhm.
still trying to form that, but like I've got Cody's, I've got Jasper and Sasha's how I want it to go. So I gotta fit Grady in there somewhere. I gotta figure out what his vibe's about.
Oh, well, I'm sure it will be nothing but perfection. Like everything else, I'm so excited for all of these to come because, like I said, I'm going to be yapping about this book forever, I feel like, because it's one of my favorites, as
Well,
you
I
know.
appreciate that so much.
Yeah, which is another reason why I'm so excited that you wanted to come on here today and chat to our listeners all about Through the Storm. And for those of you listening, I will have all of Rebecca's social media and links to her Spotify playlist in the description box down below where you can find her, check out her books, and keep up with the news and what's to come because clearly there's a whole lot of fun on the way.
Yes, please. And feel free for anybody to be in my DMs about live reactions because I love it.
Oh my gosh, yes. Well, I know we're already talking now, but please expect some DMs from me too.
Yes, I will patiently await.
Yes. Well, thank you so much for wanting to guest on here this week. It was an absolute pleasure getting to chat with you. I've had so much fun. I have loved getting to yap all about this
You as
book
well.
and yeah, well, thank you. I'm so glad you had a nice time getting to chat about all the things and it's been really, really fun.
Yes. Thank you so much. I'm excited to hear the full episode.
Yes. And to our listeners, thank you so much for tuning in this week and I will catch you same time next week, Bookspace Besties.